There are names forever tied to violence, names that survive in whispers and fear. But only one man transformed the Mafia from a chaotic underworld into a global empire. Before the power, before the blood and the money, before the name Lucky Luciano became legend, he was just another poor immigrant child lost in the streets of New York. This is the story of survival, betrayal, and the unbreakable will that built one of the greatest crime bosses in history. In 1897, Salvatore Lucania was born in Lercara Fridi, a poverty-stricken village in Sicily, Italy. His family, desperate for a better life, emigrated to New York City when Salvatore was just 9 years old. But instead of freedom, they found the slums of the Lower East Side, a breeding ground for gangs, violence, and despair. For young Salvatore, survival meant learning the language of the streets: theft, fighting, and fearlessness. As a teenager, Salvatore fell deep into gang life. By 14, he was arrested for assault and robbery. He wasn't the toughest kid, but he was the smartest. He knew brute force could only get you so far. He began organizing petty crimes, running errands for bigger gangsters, and making important connections. Slowly, Salvatore Lucania was becoming something more than just a street thug. He was learning how to control people, not just fight them. In 1929, everything almost ended for Luciano. After crossing the wrong people in a murky underworld deal, Luciano was kidnapped, beaten nearly to death, his face slashed, his body stabbed 17 times, and dumped on a Staten Island beach, left for dead. But he didn't die. He survived. From that day on, Salvatore Lucania was gone. The world now knew him as Lucky Luciano, the man who couldn't be killed. Surviving wasn't enough. Luciano used the second chance to reinvent himself. He shifted from street-level crimes to bigger enterprises: bootlegging, gambling, prostitution, all booming under prohibition. But Luciano wasn't interested in tradition. He didn't care about the old Sicilian codes. He forged alliances with Jewish and Irish gangsters, men like Meyer Lansky and Bugsy Siegel, breaking ethnic barriers no one dared touch. Lucky Luciano was no longer a survivor. He was becoming the mastermind. The night of blood didn't kill Lucky Luciano, it gave birth to him. From a nobody on the streets, he would rise to reshape organized crime forever. His vision of unity, strategy, and ruthless efficiency would end the senseless mafia wars and give rise to the Commission, a council of bosses that still influences organized crime to this day. But that's a story for another time.